Plastics are no longer a solution to everything. In fact, plastics are now the problem. Well, disposing of them is. We've all seen videos and photos of islands of garbage floating in our oceans, turtles with plastic straws stuck up their nostrils, dead whales filled with plastic. We see all this and think, shame, and then just carry on with our plastic lives. But it isn't just our use of plastics that's the problem. It's all our trash, the waste we produce. What do we do with it all? Where are we going to put it? I remember when I lived in Tanzania, we set up recycle bins on our school campus. The cleaning staff would collect the rubbish the children had carefully sorted and then would just throw it all together into one big pit. And every Friday afternoon, after children had left for the weekend, they would burn the rubbish in the pit. The plumes of smoke was quite smelly. But I don't think, as awful as this is, that this is limited to Tanzania. I think it happens in many other countries. When I lived in New Zealand, each suburb had a week where you put out things that you didn't want any longer for inorganic collection. Passers-by would sort through discarded items and take what they needed. I scored a couple of sofas this way. At the end of the week, everything left on the sidewalk would be collected by the waste company. And this is a good plan to get rid of inorganic waste. I haven't come across that in other countries I've stayed in. I'm sure it happens in other places around the world, but many countries, that kind of stuff is just taken to the dump. I wonder sometimes how good recycling is around the world. Are countries really doing what you think they are doing with all the trash that you carefully sort? Are we just wasting our time having different bins for everything if it all gets mixed together in one dump site? My class here in Norway are doing a unit of inquiry on reduce, reuse, recycle. We've been having a lot of discussions about recycling, and it appears that recycling is an integral part of the culture here in Norway. These children have been raised to recycle and they don't know any different. They are concerned about the environment, and I've found that automatically they pick up litter they see outside and dispose of it, even when I don't ask them to pick it up. Norway is generally a clean, green country. I wish many other countries would follow their lead. So with our unit of inquiry, I planned a field trip to Extra, which is a large supermarket close to the school. The aim was to get the children to question the store manager to find out how they recycle and dispose of waste. To be honest, I was expecting that everything would be dumped together and taken to the rubbish dump, because I know that's what happens in South Africa. Was I ever wrong? To say I was impressed would be an extreme understatement. The store manager, Rune, the children kept trying to get me to practice how to say his name. I think I'm saying it right. Rune was so friendly, and he was extremely patient with all the children's questions. Some of the questions being a little bit off topic as well. And he was quite excited to take us behind the scenes and show us exactly how a large supermarket in Norway handles their waste. To start off with, Rune showed us a reusable shopping bag they sell for 15 kroner, which is a little over $1. The shopping bag is made from a corn product and is fully biodegradable. He gave me one, which I used yesterday when I went shopping. Next, we saw the machine where customers deposit cans and plastic bottles. When you buy beers, for example, you are taxed a little extra on the cans. When you return the empty cans and deposit it into the machine, you get your tax back. I never realized that this is what happens, and so I've just been chucking these cans and bottles away, but hey, if I'm going to get some money, and also it's good for the environment. I'm now keeping my cans and bottles, and I will be putting them in this little machine. This machine is able to identify the cans and plastic bottles bought in Sweden, and although they accept them in for recycling, they don't give you any tax back on them. So you only get the tax on the Norwegian bottles and cans. The machine squashes the cans and plastic bottles flat and then separates them. These are then put into big bags which are collected by recycling companies that will turn them into other products. All the plastic wrappings and packaging which they use in the supermarket, those I'm just trying to think, like with all the packs of sugar, that big plastic that's wrapped around that. They collect all of those and they put them in huge bins. These then go to a company that uses this plastic waste to make pallets. And the supermarket pays 600 kroner, which is just under $60, for a pallet to use to pack their boxes of stock on. When they return the pallet to this company, they get the 600 kroner back. All cardboard and paper is kept in another bin that is collected by another recycling company. Food waste, like fruit and veg that went bad, or meat, fruit, veg, bread, dairy that passed its expiry date, is put into bins in a special cold room which is separate from where the other food is kept. Actually, 3 days before the expiry date, products are marked down 40%, and what isn't sold is put into this cold room. So if you go and shop, then you could easily pick up a bargain. Farmers also collect all the food waste and they then take it for pig farms. It is Norwegian law that whatever company you buy a product, like, say, for instance, a battery or a computer from, they have to take those products back when you no longer need them, and it's their responsibility to dispose of them. I think that's quite amazing. So the bottom line is that there's very little waste from this large supermarket that we visited, and I think many countries can learn from this. I'm seriously impressed with the whole recycling scene here in Norway. I never expected it to be this good. So how would your country measure up on a recycling health check? Is your country or community doing something innovative? If so, please comment below. I'd love to hear about it. And if you can click the thumbs up to like this video and subscribe to my channel, that would be absolutely awesome.